One of the most important parts of estimating is figuring out how much to charge. BidUnity provides a margin schedule to support that part of the process. By default, the margin is set at 50%, so that's going to basically double your cost on any project. If it costs you $50 to complete, then you're going to be by default, potentially charging $100 to perform. Minimum margin is a good idea to establish a minimum margin. Maybe your company wants to have a 20% minimum markup. So if a project costs $80, a 20% margin would mean that you're proposing to perform that project for $100. So margin is basically what's left over after the work is complete, after your costs are paid. We allow a margin schedule to be created so that you can assign different rates of margin to projects depending on their size. Most construction companies are going to discount the margin as the project size increases. So following this schedule, any project which costs between $0 and $10,000 for us to perform, we're going to apply the 40% margin as a default margin. So this default margin overrides this default margin, and when the estimator creates a proposal, they can override, this margin. They just couldn't charge less than a 20% margin. That's real simple, isn't it? Any project that exceeds $50,000 in cost, in this case, there's no range which defines a margin to override the default margin, so our default margin will apply. Again, the estimator would be able to override that, but would not be able to assign a margin below 20%. Only the company administrator can change these settings.